Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by our superintendent, Mr. Hime. We're back.
Yes, back after a nice Thanksgiving break. Again, I hope everybody had a great break. Once again, we appreciate the board for the bonus checks. I hope everybody enjoyed that and got them some really good bargains with shopping over the break.
It's Cyber Monday today.
Cyber Monday today. I hadn't even had a chance to look. Everybody's looking for those great deals, but very exciting. And again, we're 3 weeks from Christmas break or holiday break, however you want to call it. But we're very excited with what we got going on at Lawton Public Schools, and we're just glad our staff got these days off and our students, and hopefully we have a great 3 weeks.
And we came back to some beautiful weather this week. It's nice, 70s. And
that's crazy. December, it's going to be 40s in the morning, 70s in the evening, just almost perfect weather, still, no wind. Very, very nice day today.
Now, if it would just stay a little lighter at night, we'd be better. But we can't get everything we want.
Well,
right?
no, we went long. We're headed to the shortest day of the year, which I think is December 21st, December 22nd. So as far as daylight goes, so it keeps getting shorter up until then they'll start getting longer again.
But we have a lot of things to talk about this week as we prepare, and one of that, let's talk about the new variant that's out there.
Omicron, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, getting me pronounced, but the Omicron is a new variant. It's out there all over. We're going to go through these things. Obviously, at Lawton Public Schools, it's one reason why we still work on the opt-outs, but we want people to practice social distancing, wear a mask, and do those things that are important, especially those who are unvaccinated, and work our way on to get through Christmas break. Right now, our numbers are really good. Obviously, we'll have our fingers crossed for the next few days as we come off of a 9-day break with people inside more and gathering in groups, and hopefully we don't get a spike like we did last year at this time.
And we saw a lot of activities. We had some things go on during the break with
MacArthur.
Team, that's right.
Yeah, MacArthur, the Highlanders had a great year. They finished in the semifinals, and I don't know if you got to see the game on TV or you went to the game. That those that didn't, they got behind early, but they fought back and they got themselves back in it. I was very, very impressed with the fact that they didn't give up and how hard they fought to the end of the game. Very great season then for them. All of our football teams, I really enjoyed watching football this year. Just getting back to the normal and being in the stadium. And getting to watch kids play is very exciting.
We had a lot of organizations donate back to the food bank as well. Did you see some of that on our social?
Yeah, that was awesome. Again, you forget all the many things we do in the service projects across the sites. I always check our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram pages and look, and so you can be excited for us and honor and retweet or like some of the great things that our students and our staff are doing across the district. Anything particular that you saw that?
Well, they went to donation sites. We had our Lawton FFA create baskets, and they sent that out, and so that was really good. I know the district is preparing for our holiday baskets as well.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
that's
every
something
school.
They do every year, and the
51 years, I believe, we've been doing that.
And I was told the superintendent's always part of that. Last year with the COVID, we did it, but we did it in a lower scale. I'm very excited to be a part of that this year and enjoy some of the great traditions of Lawton Public Schools.
And every school will donate something to that basket, so we will get that done and look out for more photos from there. We also have basketball season, wrestling starting. We're getting ready for Christmas plays and events.
And holiday celebrations. So, definitely get on your local school or your local site, your elementary, middle school, see what programs are going on, what events are happening, so you can go see in person. Don't forget and go back to that the way we used to, where we got to go in person and watch students and be a part of a crowd doing it. Watch it on TV is great, and sometimes during football season we might have all three teams playing, and I kind of like sitting down and getting three devices going so I can watch all three teams. But we missed that last year of not being in person and not getting to celebrate and cheer with our athletes and our students and participants and band and different people as they perform or participate.
Now, one thing that we did get over the break was from our email was the enrollment process. Explain again for those families that are looking to come into the district, transferring, moving in for PCS and whatnot.
Even schedule changes, things like that. There's an online enrollment form. You can log on and get onto lawtonps.org, and you can find enrollment and go through enrollment. Again, we have transportation districts. Obviously, they're going to send you, when you start enrolling, you're going to go to the district in your transportation first. If you want to change, that's a simple process. And Obviously, in the end, you can if you get struggle with it, contact the site you want to attend, and they should be able to help you, or the district office if you can't get help from the site, because it can get a little bit, because that's one thing we've changed a little bit with the new law that's going to effect with open transfers. Obviously, if statewide a student can go to any school they want to go to, we have to open that up in Lawton. It was a change that it again, everything has positives, and a lot of times there's a negative that's a reaction to it. Do the positives outweigh the negatives as part of the thought process? But when the state opened up transfers where a student could go to school at any school district they chose, without limits, unless the district was full, we had to do the same thing. We felt compelled that Lawton Public Schools needed to open up our inter-district transfers so you could choose. Now, again, we get in the same things where if you choose to change buildings or you live outside of a site and you want to attend, it may be full, and you may get put on a wait list. Whittier's very full right now. We have some grade levels full at some sites. Freedom's full. So if you don't live on the base or you're not active duty, you'd have a very difficult time getting into Freedom. So those are things that we still look at that still happen, but we feel like we've got a lot more flexibility in that process now than we did before.
And we're still taking some information on our concurrent students where the pre-enrollment already started. So as we've added classes, that was one thing that was really exciting.
And parents got to know that we give the ACT in the spring. We'll give it to freshmen. We gave it in the fall to sophomores. Anyone who has a 20 or above automatically qualifies to take concurrent classes. And then in their junior year and senior year, the state pays for part of it and the district pays for the rest. We're looking at expanding that to sophomores. We're looking for ways to pay for it. If the state will pay the tuition, we can find ways to pay the books and fees. So we're looking to expand that as a district and make that free. Again, one of our goals is the students who desire, and it's a path they want to take, that they graduate high school with an associate's degree. We think that'd be very exciting for a lot of our students, and it will get them that much closer to the workforce. And it would also be 2 years of high school that 2 years of college completed while in high school and not incurring a lot of debt, because that'd be one goal we would have as a district, is to how we, in that life-ready graduates, how we get our students prepared to go to college, graduate, get a degree, get a skill without incurring a lot of debt that they have to pay back the rest of their lives. We all know student loan debt is one of the major issues in our country right now. A lot of people have student loan debt, and so we want to work really hard to protect our students as much as possible from that, while providing them that skill or that career or that education so they can be successful in life.
And that's where our partnerships come into
awesome.
play with our educational partners, with Cameron and, Great Plains Technology Center, and even our local businesses. We're preparing to do our AIM program, and this week our mentors will be meeting with our sophomore students. So we're moving as far as where we're going and how we open up opportunities for our students.
Yeah, we're very excited about all that. And again, that partnership, when you have different people down, and we had some career tech board meetings touring our campus, some of that made the paper, Secretary of Education was part of it. But when you look at that partnership we're building and developing with Cameron and Great Plains Technology and Lawton Public Schools to try to create that best scenario for each and every student, that's pretty special, and it's something that I'm compelled, and I think we have a responsibility, again, is to create a situation where students graduate career ready or life ready, as we say, with a career tech degree or career tech skill, or some college hours, associate's degree, or some AP classes preparing them for college, or going to the military and moving in that direction. So, that's our ultimate goal, is to graduate every student life ready, and that partnership helps that a lot.
What celebrations do you have? I know one thing that was exciting as we went into the break was Holiday in the Park and seeing all of our schools out there.
Oh, wow, isn't that awesome? Seen some pictures of it, and our art students painted the ice rink concession van or whatever.
It seems to be a hit right now.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
Yeah,
you see lots of photos of ice skating, and, we encourage people to get out. It's something our community does for the community and for our students, so we're excited about that. And again, going back, we're going to have so many programs and celebrations at our local sites, at each individual site. Please get out there and watch your students and get online and communicate with your site to make sure you know what's going on, and we will continue to work to communicate better with you about what's going on at all 18 elementaries and 3 middle schools and 3 high schools, and then even Lawton Virtual Academy, which is also our Gateway, which is our alternative school. They're at Douglas. They have a lot going on. And that's another thing. Speaking of Douglas, they're about to start construction on the east side to get that heat and air and change all the windows and just to upgrade the parking lot and
update the auditorium for our students to use.
New chairs and heat and air and get new rooms for professional development, so we have a place for teachers to do professional development and other meetings, student meetings and things, just something else that we can use as a life, a long time value to the district.
And we will be taking photos and sharing with you guys, so be on the lookout for that. Mr. Hime, give them our website and our email address.
So you got info@lawtonps.org. Any questions you got, thoughts, somebody you might want to see? It's about time to start bringing guests on again.
It is.
If you got any ideas or just something you would like for us to talk about or cover, we do this for communication and to provide you, the parents, you, the community, with information. You can also go on our webpage, which is lawtonps.org, lawtonps.org, and you can go on that website and find a lot of information. If you struggle to find something on there that should be on there, let us know again at the info. Email us at the info at lawtonps.org and let us know, because we're working daily to try to clean that thing up, because there's only so much you can make one click, but you want everything to try to be 2 clicks, and that gets to be difficult, because we know if you got to click 6 times to find something, the odds are you're not going to click that 5th time, let alone the 6th. So again, let us know, and we'll continue to work to be better at what we do.
Absolutely. Mr. Hime, thank you so much for your time. We're so excited to be back. A lot of great things in the next 3 weeks, so we can't wait to share
So
out.
excited, yes. Looking forward to some of the great performances and things our staff puts together. So until next week.
That's right. Be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Have a good one.